Students, this is a short video on test 3 feedback. Thought it'd be good to go over that test with you. Here we go. Okay, remember this test was over lesson 9 through 12. 9 through 12. I know some of you guys get tired of looking at this, but the numbers are the numbers. So the average and then the median. I always think the median is probably a better measure. So that was your performance. 80, that's pretty good for the class average. All right, so here are the questions and the performance of the entire class on the questions. I know you don't want me to go over every question. Let's look at the ones that gave you trouble. Looks like 2, looks like 4, and then looks like 10. That's what I suggest. All right, so let's look at this. Question 2. Find the equation of the line containing the points. Now notice that. Find the equation of the line containing the points. So we want an equation. Write a linear equation. Now there are many ways to do this. I'm just going to pick it this way by just way of working the problem. Y equals mx plus b. Well, we got to find the slope first. Slope is fun. It's rise over run. That means that we're going to look for the y that's most positive, 6 minus 1. 6 minus 1. Once I commit myself, I got to go the same way on the other. Negative 5 minus 2. So 6 minus 1 is 5. Negative 5 minus 2 is negative 7. So the slope is 5 over 7. Of course, it's negative. Okay, so we know that. Y is equal to negative 5 over 7x plus b. Now we got to find b. Okay. Well, we know that both of these ordered pairs are on the line. And the second point looks a little easier than the first. So 2 goes in for x and 1 goes in for y. 1 equals, now let's multiply that. That's negative 10 over 7, right? 2 over 1 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. Plus b. Now how we're going to solve that? We're going to move this to the other side. b is equal to 1 in 10/7. The easiest way to clean that up is change this to an improper fraction. 7 times 1 is 7. Added to 10 is 17. b is equal to 17 over 7. Now, let's rewrite our problem. Y is equal to negative 5 over 7 x plus 17 over 7. Now, we're ready to look for that over at the answers here, and we don't see that. So this is called slope-intercept form, and all of those answers are in standard form. Let's get rid of the denominator of 7. Multiply everybody by 7. So 7 times y is 7y. 7 times this is 7's wipe out. I forgot negative 5x. And here, these 7's wipe out here. This one wipes out with that one, so we got plus 17. Now, normally in standard form, the x term goes first, so we're going to move that over here and say 5x plus 7y is equal to 17. Okay, now I'm looking for that answer up here. And lo and behold, it is right here. Okay, that is the way to do that problem. All right, let's look at another problem. This is one that gave people difficulty. Okay, you'll just have to, I don't know how to make that do better, but anyway. Find the value of x in the solution to the system. So here's my system. Well, one thing I know, it's independent. Okay, it's going to have a point right here. Okay. Now there's 5 ways of doing this problem. I would use elimination. So let me just, for the sake of explaining it, write the problem here. Got to copy it correct. Okay. Now, since we want to find the value of x, let's get rid of the y. How do we get rid of the y? What's a common multiple of 3 and 2? 6. So I'm going to need to multiply this by 2. Let's do that and put that equation down here. Okay. And let's multiply this by a -3. And put that equation down here too. Now let's do the first one. So 2x, 2, right? 2 times 2x is 4x. Minus 6y is equal to -4. It's just like distributing. That's what you're doing. You're distributing that over there. Then in the next one, we've got the -3. Let's distribute that all the way over to here. I'm going to have -9x. And then over here, I'm going to have plus 6y, sorry. And then over here, I have -36. Okay, what must we do to these equations? Well, the elimination method is add them and eliminate one of the variables. So notice here, the 6y's go away. Now I have -5x is equal to -40. Well, -5x is equal to -40 divided by -5, right? Divided by -5. So x is equal to 8. That is this answer right here. Okay, I hope that helps you. All right, last problem. Find the slope of the line that is perpendicular to the line -6x plus 5y equals 2. That's a very good question. Okay, what I want to do is I want to make sure that everybody understands this business about slope. So notice I've got these two ordered pairs and I'm going to draw a line through them. Okay, what's the slope? Slope is 1. I'm going to draw another line here. Y'all excuse the calendar use here, but it's okay. Well, so this slope is 1. Well, guess what? If the slopes are the same value, then the lines are parallel. Now, what about perpendicular lines? That, my friend, is a very good question. So let's do this. Let's do this. I have a point here and I have a point here, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line through those points, okay? Now, what I want to do is I want to go down 1 to the right 2. And I'm going to draw a line here. Okay, now notice my two lines. I got this line. Okay, so what's this slope here? Well, I'm going up 2 over 1. That's 2. And then here I'm going down 1 to the right 2, which is -1/2. Now, what's the relationship between 2 or 2 over 1 and -1/2? They are negative reciprocals. Negative reciprocals. So keep that in mind. All right, back to our problem. Look, here's our problem. Find the slope of the line that's perpendicular to the line blah. Okay, well, here's the line, -6x plus 5y is equal to 2. We're going to have to solve this equation for y. Okay, let's do that. Let's move this to the other side. Okay, sometimes I skip steps in my equations and I sort of apologize. Okay, 6x plus 2. Now, we're going to have to divide by 5, which means we're going to have to divide everything by 5. Okay, so y is equal to 6 over 5x plus 2/5. We don't really need that part. Now go back. Find the slope of the line that's perpendicular to the line. Now the question is, what is this slope here? The slope is 6 over 5. Now if it said parallel, it'd be 6 over 5, but it said perpendicular, which means we need to flip the values, and since this was plus, we need to do the negative reciprocal. This is why negative 5 over 6 is the solution to that question on that test. I hope that helps you. Okay, I want to finish up with something great. How to do well on test. Now, test taking is a skill and some people are better at it than others. I understand that. But here's some overall things. In this class, try to do a good job on the quiz before you take the test. Or the quiz is, right? Make sure you know the content. You keep hearing me say that, and that's because you may be tempted to not know the content well. And I want you to hear my voice in the back of your head, okay, to make sure that you know the content. Work more problems when needed. If Sally needs to work 5 more problems on lesson 2, then that's what Sally needs to do. That's pretty easy. All right, fight against short-term memory. Okay, we live in a fast-paced culture, but we don't remember things, and that's because we're doing too many things, be quite honest about it. So rather than give you like more work, okay, just fight against the short-term memory. And that leads to this. Try to understand for life. Try to understand for life. Okay, one of the reasons why people are not doing well is because they've practiced for 12 years how to learn, test, and forget. Learn, test, and forget. I don't really call that learning. I call that learning how to memorize. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to understand for life. Okay? So you're trying to remember it past the test. Okay, that could be valuable. And you're trying to relate it to your life. Okay, so anyway, when you're getting started, the next item here, when you're getting started, prepare your mind ahead of time. I'm going to take the test at this time, okay? I am ready. It's after supper or whatever, you fill in the blank. Before I go to work or whatever. All right, and then my advice would be do the easy problems first. That may be against your rule, but do the easy problems first. And the reason why is because it frees up in your mind. It frees up in your mind positive energy, okay? Positive energy to be able to do well on the test. And that positive energy is a real big help, okay, for you to, do well. So keep that in mind. Make sure, even though you're saving the hardest for last, that you do answer each question. All right, another thing, do not change an answer on a test unless you know it is for sure wrong, okay? You made a mistake in adding or whatever. That's my advice on how to do well on tests, and I hope that helps you and encourages you in your good work in eCore College Algebra. Thank you.